Hey, welcome into another Whoosh. What am I reading here with me, Louie? Today we're going to take a look at Black Panther versus Deadpool. This is number 8 in the Anti-Hero Challenge 5K What Am I Reading series that I owe all of you. So we're going to try to knock off this whole list before the year end. That means we have remaining Loki and we have Moon Knight. So the plan is to get those out to you by year end. Maybe I'll do a mega episode where I talk about both of them. But be on the lookout on New Year's Eve for a Japan video where I go over my entire trip to Japan back in September. I have videos of a couple of the tours we did. There's some slideshows of the pictures we took along the way. Just a whole longer video about the whole trip that I've talked about briefly here and there. So be on the lookout for that. However, today we are here to talk about Black Panther versus Deadpool. So let's go take a look. Black Panther versus Deadpool was an interesting story. It's weird to see Black Panther engaging in a lot of Deadpool's antics, so it was a weird read. But basically the way it starts is Deadpool is trying to do some superhero stuff back in New York / New Jersey, and he gets into a fight with the Wrecking Crew and Wrecker himself, and causes an accident which injures Willie Lumpkin, who is a well-beloved USPS driver. I'm talking about, like, super loved by all of the Marvel characters, the Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, you name it, they love him. He is great. So they all start to get mad at Deadpool for causing harm. Even Deadpool starts to feel bad because Willie Lumpkin is on his deathbed. He now has a injury similar to Iron Man, where the metal particles are slowly making their way to his heart and will kill him. And vibranium is somehow the solution to this problem. And it's not likely to work, but it's basically the only solution they have. So, what does Deadpool do? He decides to try to sneak into Wakanda. And by try, I mean he does, because he dresses himself up as an elephant and goes with an elephant horde over to Wakanda. And then he tries to ask Black Panther for a shard of vibranium, at which point the obvious answer to that question is absolutely not, and Deadpool does not get it. A lot of shenanigans ensue. Deadpool eventually ends up making his way into the Black Panther lab and ends up with a Black Panther suit. It's a nanotech suit, so it kind of like morphs the Black Panther look with the Deadpool look, and he starts calling himself Pantherpool. And from there, he takes the Wrecker's crowbar, which he took when he fought him, and he hits a mound of vibranium, which ends up transporting the whole mound of vibranium from Wakanda to the middle of a New Jersey highway. And Deadpool, being Deadpool, decides to try to sell this mound and see if anybody can help him break off a piece. Okay then, right? Like, that's a very, very Deadpool story. Now, while all of that is happening, there's another story with Black Panther where he and Shuri are in the lab and they've basically figured out a cure for death. And the Black Panther mythology is very much connected to the afterlife and the guides and all of that. So he has this weird conflict within himself about, should he take it? Would him taking it be for the best, because he would then be able to be there to rule for eternity, essentially? Would he be the fairest ruler and the person who could run it forever? So he's dealing with this, and then he sees Deadpool, and obviously Deadpool can't die, so it kind of helps influence his thought process on it. And eventually he makes his way back to New Jersey, and they end up crossing paths again because Black Panther wants his suit and his now vibranium mine back from Deadpool. And they fight, and eventually Black Panther comes to realize, like, Deadpool's not all that bad, and since he has a cure for death, he can use it on Willie Lumpkin. So that's what he does, because Willie Lumpkin is universally loved. So he saves Willie Lumpkin with that cure for death and not himself. He realizes that the best thing for Wakanda is to pass on the mantle, to pass on ruling, because that allows a new generation, a new set of thoughts to come in and reshape Wakanda in the current present environment in the way it needs to be. So it's very interesting, very cool to see these two characters kind of cross over in a way that I would not have expected, honestly. I will say some of it felt a little forced. The whole universal love of Willie Lumpkin and just the whole I snuck into Wakanda as an elephant, kind of strange. But overall, not a bad story. Not I would maybe recommend it if you're looking for something fun on that front. If you are looking to get into Deadpool, but you're not fully like willing to invest in him solely, like these type of things are cool. Like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Those type of ones where it's a crossover. I think those are a good way to get an idea of Deadpool, because all the times that they do them, they pull in a lot of the attributes of the character, and you could feel it in this book very much. The chemistry between Black Panther and Deadpool was very, very cool, because you had the comedic touch of Deadpool with the very stern, stoic Black Panther. So they did a good job of balancing both characters and making you fully feel both of the characters in the book. It's not like they turned Black Panther into a Deadpool type character, or they overly like serious up Deadpool to make him fit with Black Panther. No, they took the two of them and they had them cross in a way that you felt both characters' uniqueness still. So it was phenomenal. I would say I'm glad I read it, because I don't know without the Anti-Hero Challenge if I would have honestly picked up these issues. I got them for free way back when. So they weren't exactly something I had put on my own reading list, and that's kind of why I like doing these for all of you. I will pick up a book that I may not have read before or have wanted to read, and then look at it and see. And sometimes I'm surprised, and other times I am not surprised. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have read Black Panther vs. Deadpool, or you are looking forward to it, let me know in the comments, and we'll catch you here next time. Thanks!